What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy quickie. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Anthony Davis. My name is JJT with Komish. Anthony Davis returns. I guess that's the biggest news today. No major injury, I guess. There is one, but I think not as big as the Anthony Davis news. And the Brandon Ingram news back as well today.
Yeah, the Anthony Davis one, he played well, 26 minutes. Surprised he got more than 25 in his first game back.
Oh, there was an injury scare though.
Yeah, the third quarter.
I don't know how the AD owners felt after seeing that, but that was scary. It looks like he sprained his ankle there, and it could have been really bad. I saw the video.
Yeah. He came back to play, but well, ankles we're not sure if that will swell or what will happen.
All right, so now that AD is back, is it now the time to sell him or just still ride with him since you've waited this long?
There was someone who commented that Anthony Davis gonna be winning a lot of fantasy championships for fantasy owners as long as he stays healthy. So there's always that thing. But
everyone's gonna be like that as long as he stays healthy, as long as their top guys stay healthy.
There's no one correct answer here. It's just something like he missed what 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. So in that 6 weeks, how did your team do? Let's say you had him and then you held on to him in the IL, didn't trade him. How did your team do in the 5 weeks? If you're winning, 5-4, you stayed afloat and you didn't really fall off as much, I would keep him because that means you can really your team is strong enough. You can compete, and the upside of AD just puts you over the top. Changing AD to somebody else, that's a double-edged sword. That you don't know what you will get, who you can get. So it's tough to just
who do you want, right?
Which
type of player would the other managers give you for AD, knowing the risk as well?
The closest would probably be Bam, I think. I'm just saying, if you go,
but the risk.
They won't give you would sell low in a sense that you want somebody who's less risky. So maybe somebody like Bam would be close. Maybe somebody like Gobert if you talk about risk, or somebody struggling.
Vucevic.
But Vucevic, maybe if the person I would do that. Vucevic has been quietly good. Or even if you really want somebody like maybe JJJ, maybe somebody like that, because some managers think that Jaren Jackson was just a stash. Now that he's doing something, they want to cash in and get something out of JJJ, a real first rounder maybe. That is something you can consider. So all those players, I would think you would go for a big, because changing this late into the season for a point guard in a head-to-head format would really, change your team dramatically, which is not advisable at this late if you're already prepping for the playoffs, no. So that's the thing. But if you were struggling, when you were really struggling with AD out, maybe you can try to sell him now, because another injury might be the end of your season, no. So you can try to see what you can get.
So another player who returned, Brandon Ingram, also played 25 minutes, but not as good in terms of the production. How does this? So is it the end for the Trey Murphy?
I would put Trey Murphy in the Anthony Melton bin. No, they're the same. They would not be consistent because of their roles. Melton today, if I think how many 3-pointers did he made? And make 5 3-pointers. He had, I think, 3 blocks and a steal. So it was a good Melton day today.
Yeah.
But the next game, you can suddenly see him score 5 points. Just have 1 steal, maybe no assist, no nothing. So that would be the same thing with Murphy. Murphy today didn't play that well, but I think the next game he can suddenly get hot and get you 4 threes and get you some steals. Overall, on average, I think they're still worth holding on. But yeah, it's a big hit to him. It's a big hit to Herb. Herb not really been very good this season and continues to struggle. So
Not
it's not
even
good for
very good, not good at all.
not good. Yeah, not good. There were games where he had 5 steals. There were games we saw that. But usage or no usage, we wanted him for the steals. We
Yeah.
wanted him to just give us like 3 steals, even
Elite
up top.
steals.
Yeah.
Whatever OG gave us earlier,
Yeah.
I think that's what we were looking for.
I think Herb's struggling with sophomore season. Maybe teams have figured him out a little bit. Maybe he's just slumping. Similar to what OG had to go through. Maybe we're a little early on Herb this year.
Yeah.
Like OG. OG last year was a disappointment for a lot of season. But now he's figured it out. He started to really play well. So
the thing with Herb
Yeah.
as well, we initially thought the presence of Zion would hurt him. We knew that. But now, even without Zion, without Ingram, there's really not much you can squeeze anything from the Herb Jones fantasy production, right? No, not much there.
Yeah.
Just quick one. We had a trade in the Invitationals just now, right? Just recently, the Trey Murphy, Jalen Williams trade.
That was a good trade.
Good trade for who though?
For the Jalen Williams, you know my take on Jalen Williams. I have certain players, Sengun, Eason, Jalen Williams. I keep on mentioning these guys again and again, and I will not change. Now, Eason probably is a drop again because Jabari came back, so he's probably gonna wait for another injury or for something else. But
Or for maybe the next 3 weeks, right after the trade deadline.
Yeah. Jalen Williams, that's the thing. You do the trade like that can win you a championship. That's a very sneaky trade. Very good trade because Trey Murphy's good, but he doesn't have the same upside as Jalen Williams or the same role. Jalen Williams is safe. 30-something minutes safe, starter safe. Trey Murphy, when Zion comes back in 2 weeks, what happens? I don't know if they start Zion and then Herb instead of Trey.
You're gonna drop him again. Now you mentioned Tyree Eason. Trey versus Tyree might be on the same boat.
Yeah. That could be closer. And I would really have a hard time choosing there because it really depends on who will get the minutes. We know if both of them get minutes, I will go Eason. But I think there's a bigger chance that Trey gets minutes because we don't know about Brandon Ingram. The injury bug. We don't know about the Pelicans. The injuries, it just happens. We can't predict those things. So, I don't know. I probably go Trey because I think Trey has a better chance of getting 25 to 30 minutes if injuries continue to happen in New Orleans.
Speaking of injuries, we had some injuries here. Bobby Portis was the player I was talking to you about, who had major injury. MCL sprain, possibly out 2 weeks. Any who's gonna benefit here? I don't think there's anyone who's gonna benefit. Maybe streamer.
I put Pat Connaughton there. I saw how they played the rotation today. I watched that closely. They're probably gonna have to stagger a little bit Brook Lopez and Giannis because they're just not. Is there any other big man there? I don't see any other Mamu Skivsovili or whatever his name is.
Beauchamp.
Well, Marjon is a wing. Marjon is a wing. He's not really a big. If Marjon is gonna be your big,
Serge.
Then Serge is already not playing. So Pat Connaughton would probably be the guy. I mentioned Pat. I will continue to mention Pat because he's another player who's good, who's solid. He's like a Dorian Finney-Smith. He's not gonna be 20 points every game. Today, I think Pat had 19 today, 19 points or something, and 12 rebounds, 2 steals. So that is not something we expect, but he can have that kind of lines as long as Chris Middleton is still playing 15 minutes a night. Now he's still playing 15 minutes a night. So, and then we don't have Bobby Portis supposedly for 2 weeks, but I think it's going to be longer because it's a sprain of the MCL. Technically, usually it goes 4 to 6 weeks, but let's see. Maybe his is not that, not severe. But Pat Connaughton would be my ad there for Milwaukee.
Other injury news: Donovan Mitchell
Yeah,
having some
big one.
problems with the groin. He had a great game the last game, so this might come a little bit of a surprise, but it's really normal to see players getting injured at some point, especially if they come back a little too early.
Actually, Yahoo missed this. This happened at the very last play. That's why Yahoo missed this. He's now questionable. He's now with a GTD tag. But yesterday he wasn't still a GTD tag, but he was already. Then after the game, the interviews, he was already saying that he's worried. No, he said that he hopes he's fine. When someone as durable as Donovan says something like that, kind of makes you think that he doesn't know what he's dealing with. He doesn't know because it's probably the first time he has suffered this kind of an injury, and he didn't practice. He's questionable though, so I don't know. He may surprise us, but
So we'll see.
We'll see. But remember, Cleveland is our favorite team this week. They have this is the start tomorrow. 3 games, 4 days. Who will benefit here? Maybe if Okoro is still there. I'm sure Levert is not available. But if
Okoro
he
is the player widely available.
yes, I would look for Okoro. I would look for Okoro if you can. Right now, given this news, 3 days and 4 days, 3 games in 4 days would mean that he does Donovan would not have a time to rest. Rest the groin. He would really miss games.
Yeah, he'll probably gonna miss a few games here. Wouldn't be surprised if he missed the rest of the week, so that he can get back and rest the groin. Miles Turner, another injury, but well, we're not sure how how bad this is, but looks like it's hopefully it's just a minor one. But obviously,
This one,
Isaiah Jackson is the guy. I don't know.
This one,
Mixed feelings now about Isaiah Jackson.
This one is I didn't watch the game. I just watched the last 1 to 2 minutes, and exactly at that 1 minute mark, Miles Turner got injured. It's weird. I didn't see how he got injured. That makes me scared. If it's a sprain, maybe I didn't get to see the angle clearly, but he asked to be subbed out right away, and he was frustrated at the bench. But there's no report after. Again, this can be two things. No, this can be like, oh, it's nothing, it's just something that I tweaked, or it can be something worse, and then they'll just surprise us tomorrow with the news of something bad. So I think if you own Miles Turner, just to be safe, even if you waste a move, try to get one. Isaiah Jackson. I know it could be a wasted move, but I can never tell with Miles Turner. Remember, Miles Turner has not finished the season for how many seasons. And this is usually the time it happens.
But that's too early. This is too early. It's usually after the All-Star.
It's around the 50 game mark. He usually he played so well today, which is really annoying because he really played well the past 2 games. And they're about to and Halliburton's about to come back.
I think plus I think lots of things going on with Miles Turner. First, the injury that just happened. We don't know how major it is. Then, of course, trade deadline of his name has been flying around the trade market since even before the season started, even last year, right? So lots of stuff going on there with Miles Turner. At some point, I think Isaiah Jackson will matter, but it's just so hard. We don't know what's going on the mind of Rick Carlisle. Me personally, I won't waste another move. Last week, I wasted a move on Isaiah Jackson. Didn't pan out. So a lot of I wasted so many moves this week. That Dyson Daniels injury, it was supposed to be, that was my second move in some leagues, back to back. Got injured, so I had to add another player. Now I have leagues wherein I use 3 out of the 4 moves. Not really ideal, but just trying to catch up in some leagues. All right, other injuries quickly. Nurkic also left the game, and Josh Hart. Josh Hart left the game early, I think, after a few minutes only. Um, Nurkic,
Uh,
left calf soreness.
yeah.
I'm not sure how bad that would be, but he's been, in and out of that injury report pretty much the whole
Yeah.
year.
Drew Eubanks is the ad there. I don't know how bad it is. I just saw the report, but Nurkic is. It's been actually Eubanks has actually outplayed him in some games, no. So Eubanks has that talent or skill to start for the Blazers if this is any worse. I think the Josh Hart thing is more dangerous considering it's a hamstring and he only played 9 minutes. So it could be a multi-game absence for Josh Hart. Nurkic sometimes he comes and goes. He will miss a
Yeah.
game, he'll come back, he'll miss a game, he'll come back. But they have a 2-day break. That's why don't go rushing adding Eubanks right now unless we get the more.
Unless it's a deeper league, I guess.
Or maybe they're saying that Nurkic is out for 3 weeks, maybe something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's add Eubanks. But if we're not sure, let's wait until we can stream nearer to the next game of the Blazers, which is I think on I think
Saturday.
Sunday Manila time.
Sunday, yeah.
Manila time. They only have one game left this week, so that's the thing. Josh Hart, Nazir Little played 30 plus minutes, then too much. But if you're in a 16, 18, 20 team league, not much options. Maybe you can take a flyer in Nazir Little. Not as confident in him though.
Yeah. Monte Morris didn't play today, late scratch.
Yeah.
Of course, Dylan Wright is the player here that will benefit. Added another 3 steals today. Kendrick Nunn played well.
I did say he was trash, so he maybe maybe that was harsh. Yeah, okay, that was harsh. Maybe I say he was not trash. I said he was useless in the deal, fantasy wise. So maybe he's not as useless. But I think Montes is only a precautionary absence because it was a back to back, and reportedly he's already been dealing with that hamstring. But if he's gonna miss time, okay, None, you're not useless. Maybe you can come out and get some bench role there for the Wizards.
How about Rui? What can you say about Rui's performance today?
Good, positive. I mean, 21 minutes, 12 points. Yeah, he can score.
6 rebounds. He had 6 rebounds.
Or the steals, I'm not sure if steals and blocks, the stocks, not sure if that will improve with the Lakers. But he can score. We certainly know he can score. I don't know what his role exactly will be because maybe they just put him off the bench because it's his first game. But I would like that if he comes off the bench and maybe gets more, maybe 25 minutes, maybe 28 minutes. I think he'll be solid guy. Maybe the Andre Hunter kind of fantasy value for Rui this season. So hold on to.
Also, just quickly, we saw the impact of Steven Adams being out, and Brandon Clarke was the guy they started. Xavier Tillman played well. He played 13 minutes, and I think it was a timeshare between him and Aldama.
Okay. I thought it was a timeshare between Clarke and Tillman.
No, it wasn't Clarke. We were thinking maybe it could be a timeshare between Clarke.
No, actually, he played completely as a backup of Brandon Clarke. Though, if you look at the matchup, it was against Draymond. No, so maybe there was some matchup thing here. That's why they started Brandon Clarke.
Plus, it wasn't all that bad. I mean, he had 3 steals, which is solid. I mean, if you streamed him, if you got him, I think you'd rather have that than nothing at all, right? 3 steals and 2 points.
I think he's not gonna play 13 minutes only. For the 5 weeks that Adams is out. I think he can sometimes get to 20, 21. Depends on the matchup. And I think he will start in some matchups. But clearly, Brandon Clarke is a better ad. Clearly, he's a better player.
Yeah. I mean, he's a more established player.
Yeah.
Fantasy-wise and in real life, right? Tillman is on his 3rd year? Just on his 3rd year.
He looks like he's 40.
I think 3rd or 4th. Just in his 3rd or 4th year. But yeah, Brandon Clarke, more established player. Should be added, should be there. Someone was asking if you should use your number 1. At this point, what are you holding your number? Number 1 waiver pair. At this point, there's no one who are you expecting
I would
be dropped, right? That's 3 to 5 weeks. That's almost
almost a regular season.
The season of Steven Adams is almost over, right? If he gets to that
Almost.
5 week mark,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be useless, especially if you are in a week 20 playoff scenario. Other news: Halliburton closing in. Any news on Halliburton? No.
Yeah, I think he has a chance to play the next game. They said he
Yes,
might
come on, let's play. Because
I'm
TJ McConnell has been so annoying. I've been
yes.
against TJ
Oh,
McConnell
you're annoyed.
for
Okay.
I don't know. Of course, we have a lot of teams, and unfortunately, I wasn't fast enough to get him because we have so many teams, and it's not the only thing we do. But it seems like
Actually,
every week I have a team against TJ McConnell, and today he was 8 for 8.
actually, we're the opposite because I have a lot of TJ McConnell. I think I got him in almost every league that I'm in because when Ali went down, I was so irritated and I just added McConnell. I told you I didn't have a choice between Nembhard and McConnell. All the Nembhards were already
Now all the Nembhards are being dropped.
Yes. So I was lucky with that. So this Halliburton coming back thing is mixed feeling for me because the teams that I don't have Halliburton, I have McConnell. He's just really helped me so much. Just really fantasy changing ad. But now
at times I feel like he is even better than Halliburton.
No, come on.
Come on, the field goal?
No. I won't say that. I won't say
Well, not as consistent, but there are games wherein
yeah. Yeah,
right?
I would.
I mean, he won't do 40 assists, but the steals, the consistency plus the field goal, the efficiency, just so good. And we totally forgot him about those one injury away type of players, right? We were talking about Tyus, we were talking about the other guys, but TJ just went outside our radar. But he's been good. A few years ago, he's top 80, top 70.
Here's the deal. If Halley does come back the next game, what will they do? Because he's been playing very well. Now he's been starting with Nembhard. Will Nembhard be the guy that they put on the bench and Halley starts for Nembhard? I think that is possible. Halley has played with Aaron Fox before, so we don't know what can happen. I would not go dropping McConnell just when I see Halliburton's coming back. No, I already knew Halliburton was close because I already see him on the bench and I see he's practicing already, so I knew he was close. Yeah. If not the next game, probably the game after that, he'll be there. So just keep McConnell. Maybe Nembhard, if Halliburton comes back, maybe Nembhard would be a drop. Plus, he's been out for 3 games already. I know Jeremy wants Halley to come back. I'm mixed, so please. I'll just stay away from away from this.
I have some teams that are in 9th, 10th. A couple of those are Halliburton teams, and I really need him to come back just because I missed out on that TJ McConnell pickup. All right, let's quickly the face off for today.
Yeah.
Nick Claxton, another great performance today by Claxton against Embiid. Was a little bit of foul trouble, but nothing to worry about. I think the Nets did something about that. Sometimes, switching a smaller player to Embiid to preserve Claxton against Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, I just put them together. You look at the stats of both January. They're same 18 points. Claxton 18, 10, and 3.8 blocks. 80% field goal shooting. Now JJJ is 18 and 8, 2.7 or 3 blocks a game. So it's very near. But their game is different. One is a 3-point shooter. One is basically a guy who's a hustle guy, a lob dunk, big guy. So JJ gets the 3-pointers and free throws, of course. But the field goal, the turnovers, that goes to Claxton. This is closer than people think, JJJ has been getting a lot of love for good reason. He's really been very, very solid. But Claxton, for me, should get more more praise, even especially in fantasy. If you got him past 100, which a lot of my leagues we went past 100. Right now he's probably playing what, top 30 level, maybe even top 25 level at this point. Just January, 18, 10, and 3 blocks with 80% field goal shooting. That's even better than, well, not better than Gobert, but I mean better than Gobert. I mean better than Gobert. I'm saying not better than Gobert, peak Gobert, when Gobert before. I think maybe that was better, but this year, I mean, he is Kessler. He's the real Kessler. I mean, he's the real guy.
We've said this before. We've talked about centers who disappointed this year, who are very disappointing this year, and that Gobert spearheads that list, right? And I think the other player is Jakob Poeltl. I think many would probably say they're a little disappointed with Jakob's performance. I think right now the best thing for Jakob is to get traded, so that he might revive his value a bit. Plus, there won't be any risk of him missing out the season. But those guys are very big disappointment. Those were the guys that shouldn't have been picked earlier, right? It was Nick Claxton who should have been picked earlier. And I think if you were able to cash in or get him at the late rounds, I think you're in a really good spot, right? Another surprising player this season. Game changer, probably. I mean, a game changer as well. Similar to SGA, maybe.
Yeah, similar to SGA.
Look, if you got him 90s and then he's giving you like the top 30, top 25, that's going to be a big deal for you guys.
Yes.
But are you going, between the two though, who do you like rest of the season?
That's tough. But
because the name value of JJJ is there. There's name value. JJJ probably the top 2-3 player in Memphis, right? If you look at Claxton, he's probably he's probably the top 3, but of course they have a big 3 there. He's like a role player, right? If you think about Claxton, you think about he's just a role player, but he's been so good fantasy wise. Who do you like though?
I guess it depends really what your team is right now. If your team is really weak and free throws ready, I would go Claxton. I would go Claxton over JJJ. The only thing I'll do when I have JJJ, I try to cash in some of the leagues I have JJJ. I was able to trade him for Ant Edwards in one. So I'm trying to do that. I'll try to do that. Not that I don't think he's gonna continue blocking shots or things, but I think I can get somebody better, more upside than JJJ. But between Claxton and JJJ, I think it really depends on your team build.
Yeah.
Team build. It's very close. But if you really just want one answer, I probably still go with JJJ, because I think the Adams injury really helps him in terms of rebounds, in terms of the other things. Because Adams averaging 13 rebounds the past few games.
Yeah.
I mean, those rebounds will go somewhere. So even if it's not all to JJJ, even to Morant, even to to them, they will divide it. So it's gonna improve his rebounds for sure.
Plus, they also give different stats. I mean, Nick Claxton can give you threes, right? Easier to pair or to put Jaren Jackson Jr. with your other 3-pointers, so you won't really punt threes there, other than the free throws, right? So plus the steals though, it's more of Claxton than JJJ, I guess. The blocks, they're pretty even in the blocks department. The rebounds so far, it's with Claxton, but
it's with Claxton. That's the thing. I think, what if JJJ increases his rebounds to 9 or 10? That would make it very near, closer. Yeah, that'll make it closer. So that's what I'm banking on.
Yeah. All right. That's it for today's quickie, guys. As always, please follow us, subscribe, follow us on our follow us on our socials, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and see you guys again for our daily fantasy quickie tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.